This is Max Payne Griffin, UFC welterweight, and you are watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Thor produces. There you go, baby.
All right, what's up, boys and girls? Good evening and welcome to Cage Side with Christopher James. I am Christopher James, happy to be here with you guys tonight. And welcome. Hope you all had a good weekend. So, before we get started here, as always, I have to share this out to some groups and some places. So feel free to jump in and leave some comments, say hello, and all that other good stuff. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, brother? So we're going to share this out to some groups real quick, and then we'll get this party started. I hope everybody, like I said, had a good weekend. I hope everybody tuned in. A little sad last night. My secondary team, the Tampa Bay Lightning, lost Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals last night. They put on a hell of a series. They were going for their third Stanley Cup in a row, but they didn't quite get there. But they won 2 in a row, and that's pretty dope all on its own. So, you have to respect that. Announced today, it was supposed to be Miesha Tate versus Lauren Murphy at UFC 276 this weekend for International Fight Week. That fight got scrapped. They are moving it. It is going to take place at UFC Long Island in July. I think it's July 16th, if I'm correct. So, we're still going to get to see Miesha make her flyweight debut. I said it 3 times just so you guys understand. I see my first guest. He's already in the green room. He's got some pimping headphones on. His beard is looking sharp and sexy. I know his hair is always looking good because this dude's got some of the best hair in MMA. We're going to bring him on in just a minute. Forrest, what's going on? Jacob, what's going on? Like I said, we are here to have us a good time tonight. And we're going to jump right in. So if you guys are ready, we're also going to discuss at some point tonight, we will discuss the return of John Bones Jones. We're also going to go over some BKFC results as well. It was a good weekend for combat sports, but right now we got to bring in this man. I've had him on the show before. I love this guy. I love his energy. I love his style, his flair, his personality. He was once in the UFC, and I guess the best way to say it is, he made his run. The timing wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't his time to get to that UFC spot where he wanted, but that's okay. Some guys quit. He didn't quit. He went back and reinvented himself. He's a student at Jackson Wink out in Albuquerque. He's been tearing it up with Fury FC, and he got the call to PFL, and dude got himself a win. So we're going to bring him in right now. I love this guy. He's always got a big smile on his face. You don't have one right now, but I know when he pops on the screen, oh, there it is. He's going to bring it up for you right now. So boys and girls, please welcome my man, the one and only Juan, the Kraken Adams.
Hey, guys.
There's the smile. There's the hair. There's the beard. You're kicking it today, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Got to get back to working out tomorrow, but today I'm enjoying the free time.
Hey, man, it's okay to take a few days off after you have a fight, especially when you're a heavyweight. Because even if you don't lose a heavyweight fight, when you get tagged by another man as big as yourself, it wears on your body a little bit. So take a few days off, man. I mean, don't take off a month, but, take a couple of days off, go relax, enjoy yourself. And then, you get back to work, man, because I know the dream for you is, that $1 million tournament, and we're going to talk about that. But first of all, it's been a little bit since we had you on the show. I remember a little while back you were posting some stuff. You were having some, anxiety issues and things of that nature. You seem to be in a better headspace now. So before we get into all the where you're at right now and everything, Take us on a little trip back in the past of what was going on that had you kind of, mentally crushed. And I suffer from anxiety and mental
Yeah.
problems. So, and I've been sharing my story. A couple months ago, I had to go back on medication because my shit got so bad. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. I'm back off the medication because I've gotten myself back under control through the help of others and the grace of God. So take us through your journey if you don't mind.
Yeah, so with anxiety and depression, really two things I've struggled with off and on for quite a while. But I was having a lot of anxiety because I was working in behavioral health at the time, and I worked for one home, it got shut down. Started working for another home, like they decided to fire me right before one of my fights, and then they shut down. Then I was right before the Austin Lane fight. I was working down in Arizona, so I would literally drive down to Arizona after my Monday morning workout from Albuquerque, and then drive back on the weekends and try and work out as much as I could over the weekend, and then go
How
back.
far of a trip was that going down to Arizona from
It was
Albuquerque?
it was a 6 hour drive
Each way?
each way. Yeah.
See,
So
why would anybody want to fire a guy that's committed to working 6 hours, driving 6 hours just to get to freaking work?
yeah, so that sucks. I would drive down there, stay down there the week, then come back on the weekends and work. But Uh, and after that, after the Lane fight, I decided that, I needed to change something up. So I started teaching. I got a job teaching. The anxiety was kind of around the time that I was doing that drive all the time. I was working. And, life was just kind of kicking my ass for a little bit. Nobody wanted to fight me. Even going into the Austin Lane fight, he was the opponent number 50 something. He was just the
I
first
know,
one
it's
that said
crazy.
yes. And those struggles continued and continued to continue. And it's like, the UFC won't sign me for whatever reason. Fine, cool. I get that. The only way I'm going to get the opportunity to go back to them or another major promotion is if top prospects want to fight me. Well, none of the top prospects wanted to fight me, or none of the up and comers did either. And my whole thing is, if you're as good, if you are what you think you are, and you really want to get to the level that you say you're getting there, I've been there. You have to fight either me or somebody better than me on paper. So why are you running from me? I've never turned an opponent down. So it just blows my mind that people are doing that. And that was causing me a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress because it's like, I'm in my athletic prime right now. Why am I struggling? Why am I doing all this if I can't even get the fight anyway? I can't get opportunities unless I do the work. And in this field, the work is taking fights, and I can't
Right.
take fights if nobody's willing to do it. So that was stressing me out, and obviously that carried over. That's my income. That's how I make a living, right?
Right.
And if you're not working, you're not getting paid, and so that was stressful. And you know, I was having, I wouldn't really call it girl problems because like I wasn't dating, like, but I was wondering like, is this the life I'm gonna live for the rest of my life?
Right.
Just random chicks every 3 or 4 days. That's not how I wanted to live. So I had to do a lot of changing, a lot of like soul searching and doing some work on myself, and we got it handled. Obviously, everything turned around for me, but even then, before this fight, as a teacher, last day of school, my car gets stolen.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw that shit. I'm like, God
yeah.
damn, can this guy catch a break?
So, and in my car, it had my training gear, it had my laptop, it had all this other shit in there, and that's just gone. And then on top of that, the car turns up a few days later, undrivable. So I got to pay the tow yard for holding it. I sell the car for scraps, and it's half of what I had to pay the tow yard. So I'm losing money on that. At the same time, I need to get a car so I can get to and from training, and I still don't have a fight in sight. So it's
Right.
just raining, pouring, raining, pouring. Then I get this opportunity, you know, I get a car, all the other kind of personal stuff in my life settled down because I just focused inward, you know, and I focused on myself. You know, I went back to my mantras. I went back to a therapist. I went back to all these people, all these things that I thought I had resolved. I was like, well, clearly they're not resolved if I'm still feeling like this. So I went, and, you know, and I did the work, you know, and I did a post about it. It takes 21 days to make or break a habit. So it's not just about breaking one habit, it's about putting other habits in place that are going to get you to where you want to go. And, you know, that's what I did. You know, I started building better habits going into this fight, and it paid off for me.
Yeah, you know, you've been through a lot. I know you. I think you had a GoFundMe up for your car,
Yeah.
and I think some people helped you out there, which was nice to see. One of the fight gear companies I know sent you a care package, which was really dope. You know, because you need that shit. You got to train. Those are your tools. You know, I was hoping somebody would send you a laptop. You know, I mean, fuck. You know, I mean, damn, somebody out there in the computer game, hook
Mm.
one up. Send them a laptop. And send them some lollipops too, just to make them feel a little better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, and you know, I don't like to, you know, I should have told you ahead of time that I was going to ask about that because I don't like to put people on the spot, especially when it comes
Right.
to anxiety and mental health. But we've chatted before, and I felt it was okay to kind of just, you know, bring it up because, like I said, I talk about my mental health issues with people all the time. I think it's important, and you know, to say, you know, maybe it's not over yet, you know, and you went and you had to seek help from a therapist again, and you know, I don't think mental health and anxiety ever goes. The mental health problems you have caused by anxiety, I don't know if that ever goes away completely. I think it's always there in you, and it could just at the drop of a hat. It's like an alcoholic, you know, doesn't drink for 10 years, and all of a sudden, boom, something happens, and they take that drink. You know, drug addict, they do that drug, whatever it was. And I think, you know, people like yourself and myself and so many others out there that are saddled with anxiety, I think it's just part of our life, and we're going to have to deal with it. And there's two ways to deal with it: bottle it up and let it control you and consume you and kill you, or open up, talk about it, go out there and seek help, do the work you need to do on yourself every single day, and you can live with it. So I think, you know, that's where I'm at. It sounds like that's where you're at. I'm guessing, you know, a lot of that had to, you know, contribute to, you know, the loss to Austin Lane, because you just, you know, there was so much going on in your life, and man, I can't even imagine, you know, well, I can imagine because when shit breaks down for me, everything, the whole circle falls apart. If one area of my life takes a shit, it's all shitty. I get, you know, it's like, ugh. I get the chills
Right.
thinking about it, dude. So, you know, but I'm glad to see that you've come out on the other side with that. Like I said, you know, one of my favorite things about you is that big smile, dude. You know, you've gone
Yeah.
through ups and downs in life, and yet you still find the energy to put out a big smile and always try to maintain that positive attitude. So, congratulations on, you know, dealing with that more so than the wins in the fight, more so than signing with PFL. Congratulations on just being able to get your mental health in a better place. That's more important to me than any of the other shit you'll ever do in your life, um, because I know how bad it can get. I know how it affects me. You know, where I have anxiety attacks where I pass out and I wake up in a pool of sweat just because I went unconscious. Um, and I don't ever wish that upon anybody. And anybody, I don't even if I don't like you, I still don't want to see you suffer with that kind of mental anguish and stress and strife because it's not pretty. So, you know, there's people out there that I don't like, but I don't want you to suffer. People
Right.
go,
Right.
you don't like some people? Yeah, some people I don't like. There's some people who don't like me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I worry about me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. If you like me, that's cool. Everybody isn't going to like everybody. So now, so you get the call from PFL. And originally I saw a post. You were picked as an alternate. You weren't even going to get a fight unless, you know, something happened. Um, so tell us how you went from being an alternate to getting this fight, because maybe I missed it. You know, there's so much MMA out there, and
Yeah.
Periodically, I take a week or two off, to just kind of decompress from it all. So I might have missed
Yeah.
how you got into the PFL cage.
Somehow or another, one of the fights fell through, and neither of those guys can make it. So then they scrambled around some of the opponents or whatever. But yeah, I was originally an alternate. One of the fights, I think the Jamel Jones was supposed to fight somebody, and that fight fell through. So they then split up Dennis Goltsov and Sam K.
Right.
And I got Sam K. Maurice Green got Dennis Goltsov. And so I went into it thinking, it doesn't matter who they match me against if I get a fight. I know my style's a problem for anyone. And
Right.
then it was, my main goal is making weight, so that's first and foremost. I want to be professional when I get there, figure out what day I need to make weight, figure out where I need to be, when I need to be there, make all those appointments and get the weight off in the meantime.
What were you walking around at?
I had gotten down to, I was walking around at about 275 before that. Then after my water load, what did I do? We did we carb cycled up, water cycled up the week before fight week.
Okay.
So I got up to 285.
Bam.
And then once we got there, man, the problem was like I didn't really struggle till the last 5.5 pounds, but it was just because everything was flushing off so quick. I didn't really have to do anything all week. And then when I did have to do something, I just didn't want to. Well, but once
There's
I started,
the honesty. Some guys don't ever like to just say, "Look, I just didn't want to do it."
Yeah, I really just didn't want to do it. So we get to midnight the night before. I've got 5 pounds left to go, and I did a 20-minute run on the treadmill, 10 minutes in the sauna, another 20-minute run on the treadmill, 10 minutes in the sauna, then 2 15-minute sessions in the sauna. I was good,
And you were golden.
Yeah, I could have cut more weight, honestly. I just didn't want to.
Yeah,
They're like,
you got the
you
weight.
don't want to. Yeah, they said you don't want to get down to 265, so you don't have to weigh in naked. I'm like, bro, I've done it naked before. I'll do it naked again. I really don't care. I'm not cutting any more weight today.
I
So,
mean, doing it naked, it's like a treat for those around you that get to witness you in all your glory. I mean, what the fuck?
right,
Fuck it, right? They should tip you for that shit, I think,
and it's good because it puts a little intimidation in my opponents too.
Is it because they see the Big Johnson? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
They go, damn, that guy's
They
carrying a
see-
big old dick. Gotta be worried.
They see my masculinity in all its glory.
I love it, dude. I love it. Oh man. So you go through the whole stuff. They book you in this fight with Sam K. You only have one opportunity to win. Obviously, you have to win this fight, and you need going into this fight. You're going to have to win it in the first round with a knockout or a TKO and get that 6 points to make the tournament. Because if you had 6 points instead of 5, you're in this thing, from what I understand. So
No, I still would have been an alternate.
for the tournament.
I just would have been in the number one alternate.
Okay.
If one other person had lost, then yeah, I would have been in with 6 points. But yeah, I would have still been an alternate. Just would have been the number one alternate instead of the number 2 alternate. Now, as it stands, I'm the number 2 alternate. So if something happens with any of those guys, then they'll probably bring me out there as a backup.
Right.
Something happens to 2 guys, I'm in the tournament. But
Yeah.
it could have been a lot worse. It could have been better. It could have also been worse. And I look at it as I got the second best scenario out of everything that could have happened. I went out there, got a highlight reel victory.
Yeah, you did.
We got people buzzing about me again. The promotion's interested in me, so hopefully that's enough to come back out here for season 2 and show them what I can really do.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. I think with the way you showed up, you made weight, you did everything professionally. You went out there and you put on a show, you entertained, and you scored, TKO, ground and pound. You don't see enough of that with the big guys. It's always on the feet when they do this stuff. You don't see enough submissions from the big guys either. But it's nice when you see a heavyweight get on top of another heavyweight and just beat the snot out of him. I enjoy the shit out of it. I'm just saying, it's
Right.
fucking because it's always the little guys that do that stuff, and like it's good to see the big guy say, "All right, man, I'm just going to get this guy on the ground and pound him out." I mean, there's guys like Curtis Blades who use their wrestling a lot, but he doesn't submit people, and then he does lay on the ground and pound. Like I'll never forget when he fought Alistair Overeem, and he just beat the shit out of Alistair Overeem. That was fucking ugly for Overeem, and Curtis was so psyched up. He's a cool dude. I've had him on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
We've definitely chatted a few times. He's good people, man. So Sam K, so tell us about this fight. Take us through it for you. Round 1 into round 2 in your vision, because I can give my vision of it, but my vision is the same as what everybody else. We all saw the same thing, so we like to hear. How, everybody that watched it saw it. So we missed stuff, and the fighters fill us in.
Right. So all right, round 1, how it's starting. Right, we go in there. I know he's going to have fast hands. I know he's going to want to come out, establish, get in boxing range. So we go out there. I paw a jab. I connect on the jab. Notice it hurts him a little bit. Followed up with a 2. Go back up top instantly. Go in for the takedown. I know he's smaller than me. I need him to carry my weight. So I'm just leaning up on him, waiting for the perfect opportunity for the takedown. I go in, I grab the leg. I'm thinking I'm going to do a single leg. He's fighting it. He's got a little more energy than I expect, so I take the back, wait for the opportunity for the big lift. It doesn't really come, but I still get a lift off, take him down, start punching. I'm noticing that he's putting a lot of effort into getting back on his feet. Got 2 options here. I can either expend a lot of effort myself, break him down to a hip, then go try and put him on his back, or I can let him keep expending effort, take some steam off of those punches, and just let him keep working. So I let him work up, do another big lift. On this lift, I noticed that I almost crapped myself when we hit the ground. So in my head, I'm like, well, shit. There goes that game plan. I can't really keep lifting and dropping, because if I shit myself, it's an automatic L. So I started kneeing him. I started doing
I don't
some
even
clinch work
understand.
on
I
the
got to
ground.
interrupt you for a minute. I don't even understand why you shit yourself. That's an automatic L. That's bullshit. We're talking about
I
shit.
mean, shitting yourself is kind of just disrespectful to the sport. I get
Well,
it.
no, do something.
I
Listen,
shitted myself in a high school wrestling match one time, and to this day, it still haunts my dreams. So,
yeah, but this is different. If you shit in $1 million tournament, fucking,
I mean, you're leaving it all on the line, man. That's
as
what
long
I
as you
do.
don't
That's
get
how
any
I see
on
it.
your opponent, I don't see a problem with that. I don't know. Maybe it's a health and safety concern.
Right.
But still, it's like one of the weirdest things you can get DQ'd for. You shot yourself. You had a shark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think Justine Kish shed herself against Felice Herrig, if I remember correctly, and I think it was Justine Kish. Forrest, look that up for me and tell me if I'm right. But I think that was who it was, and I remember, you could see the pictures after. They didn't catch it during the fight because the fight didn't get stopped because she shit herself. So I guess they got to catch it. So I guess the key to that is wear black shorts.
Right. So,
problem solved. Shit yourself all you want.
Yeah.
Then that'll make your opponent be like, throw him off his game with the smell of the shit, and then you really fuck him up, dude.
So
anyway.
at this point, I got a turd prairie dogging, and I'm trying to execute ground and pound. Dude stands up. I tried to shake him back down. Feel it move again, so I let him up. And so homie gets up, and he instantly starts throwing them things. And I eat a hook instantly. I was like, shit, that hurt. Next thing I know, I'm eating another one. I'm like, fuck, that one hurt too. I'm like, well, I can't go down. They don't hurt that bad, whatever. He keeps swinging. I eat a couple more. I said, fuck it, I'm going to take him down again. I shoot in. As I shoot, he sprawls. Boom, bubble guts again. So I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do here? And at this point, I'm eating shots to the side of the head. And then I'm having flashbacks of the Hardy fight. And I'm like, all right, fuck, I got to do something. So I post an arm, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to slide through, reshoot. But my guts started rumbling again. So I
Again.
just so I just stood up. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna stand up. Maybe he's tired. He was not. He was not tired. Got me cleaning the nose and then on the jaw again. And at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm trying not to shit myself. I'm trying not to get knocked out. What do I do? So I'm just firing back with whatever I got. I'm pushing them off him. I'm doing whatever I can to stop getting hit. Then we get in space. I shoot another crazy ass takedown. Doesn't come close to hitting. I land right on my stomach. Prairie dogs again. Pinch my cheeks. I'm hoping, I'm praying, like I hope this dude doesn't smell it. I hope the ref doesn't smell it. Like anyway, but I'm like, I know I gotta keep moving. So I'm in there, I roll out, go around, and it's like, don't shoot again. You're not shooting anymore this round. Like if you get a takedown, you're gonna poop yourself. So we stand up and we go, and I just got to trade with him. I don't know how much time is left, but we're going. Whatever. I'm eating shots. I get him with a couple, but I'm clearly losing on the feet. Then I hear the clicker go off, and I'm like, all right, I just gotta make it out this round. Maybe I can reset. I'll talk to coach about a game plan for the next. Well, then the liver shot from hell happens. It took everything not to shit myself at that point. Yeah, that liver shot, like
Yeah.
I was just looking at him. My soul wanted to leave my body. The shit wanted to leave out the other end. I
See,
was
I
like,
saw your face after that liver shot, and I could tell that you didn't like it. But now we had no idea you had the bubble guts, the prairie dog, and the fucking turtle popping
yeah,
out the shell. I mean, you had it all going on.
right. So he lands that, and I just back up, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't engage. But if he doesn't engage, I'm gonna go out swinging this. And I have my right hand loaded, ready to go. And time stopped. So I'm sitting on the stool. Wink's trying to talk to me. He's telling me take deep breaths. I'm trying not to tell him, like, coach, I'm about to shit myself. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't get to talk at all. Wink's going at me. He's telling me, like, come on, get your hands up. You're better than this, whatever. So round two starts, and I'm like, all right, can't go out like a bitch. All right. So I just tell myself, like, all right, keep your knees bent, push forward. Like, this is, this is where you rewrite your story, man. Come on. Don't go out like that. So I'm back in my zone. We're going. First minute or so is moving around. He's not coming out as fast. The guts have settled a little bit. I'm like, all right, I might be able to get a takedown this round. So he starts swinging, he swung something. It misses. I evade it, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta set the shot up with my hands. He's doing as I see him getting ready to throw the overhand right. That's where I threw the two. And I felt his overhand glance off my shoulder first and then off the back of my head. And then my coach, I just hear Jeremy in the corner screaming, he's hurt. And I've never heard Jeremy scream, he's hurt. I didn't know the dude was hurt. But then I saw him like stumble back, go to the cage. And that's when I'm like, all right, this is my time to end it. I'm going to get my first standing one. So I just start unloading on him. And when I gave up that endeavor was I had that uppercut. I had this uppercut loaded from hell. I was like in my head, I'm like, it's about to be perfect. I swing and I whiffed. I whiffed bad.
Yeah, I saw
And
it.
then after I whiffed, I got caught with another hook and I was like, all right, fuck it. So I back out, go back in, re-engage, get down low. I didn't go all the way low at first. I didn't want to hit my knees because if I hit my knees and I shitted myself, I was like worried. So I just lower my level and I grab and I noticed like my guts, like they're settled. So at that point, I take him down. Oh no. He he shot he shot a takedown first. When he shot the takedown, that's when I knew. I was like, oh, I got this motherfucker. Like, there's no way. Because nobody in their right mind shoots on me. That's just like not something you do. So he
No.
shot on me. I thought I was gonna finish it there. He gets up. I'm like, man, when is this dude gonna give up? He has no quit in him. But then then at that point, I lowered my level, noticed like I'm not about to poop. So I was like, all right, cool. I lock the double up, take him down. And when he hits the mat, like I kind of just felt everything in him kind of relax. So I knew at that point it's over. So at that point, when I feel that happening in a fight, I'm not looking for power shots. I'm looking for unanswered shots because I know that's what's going to stop the fight. And so I start going. He's kind of sort of moving, but not really. I'm floating. I'm floating. I'm popping him. I'm popping him. And once he really conceded to it and like just laid on his back or laid on his side, that's when I knew I just had to. I had to hit him 20 times and I was going to stop the fight. So I go in, I almost threw an elbow, then I remember you can't throw elbows in PFL, so I just trap his arm across his body. And I just started touching his face real light to stop the fight, and that was that. So
That was it,
that's
man.
that was it.
That is going to go down in history of my show up to this point as the greatest walkthrough of a fight by a fighter ever. I mean, you gave it to us all, dude. I mean, you gave me more than I expected you to give, which is outstanding, dude. Because some guys can't even break down their own fights and take us through and remember everything that happened. Um, and the bubble gut. What the fuck did you eat the night before or the day during the day that gave you the bubble guts?
So here's the thing: day of, I always try and do the same thing. It's an omelet, a gluten-free pancake in the morning, something else, and I do like a sandwich of some sort in the afternoon, and then it's light snacking all day, mostly. Still maintaining my hydration process and everything. But
What kind of sandwich did you have?
I went to this like newish Middle Eastern spot, and I had a
That's what did you
buffalo.
in, bro.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a shawarma, but it was a buffalo chicken shawarma, and like that's like my weakness. When I see
Yeah, dude.
buffalo chicken and provolone or pepper jack cheese, like you have my curiosity, but now you got my attention. Like I want this food,
Yeah,
and
you got it.
I ate I ate it, and it wasn't instant regret, but I was pretty gassy on the on the bus ride to the facility,
Were
and I knew
you
that
crop dusting the bus?
no, I got more class than that. Like I was I was definitely crop dusting civilians on the way to the to the
That is
stop.
outstanding, bro. I love it.
But it
So
was Atlanta and it was hot as hell. It was downtown, so it smelled like shit anyway. I don't think anyone noticed.
that's awesome. Well, so just make sure you don't eat like that again before your next fight. That's
Definitely not.
now.
Definitely
So
not.
and congratulations on the win. You went out there and you earned your victory. You took some abuse along the way, but you fought through it, and you come out on the other side with the W. And like I said, it's got to impress the company, but then the way you handled yourself as a pro, came out, put on an entertaining win. So I believe they'll invite you back for next season, and you'll be included in the beginning of the tournament. So then you just got to, win your way through. You know, easy
Exactly.
peasy, bro, easy peasy.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
So, how good did it feel like to get inside a cage for a big promotion again? Fury's a good sized regional show, but it's definitely not the UFC, and PFL is not the UFC either. But they're a big promotion. There's a lot of eyes on them. The $1 million, is there. I mean, it's really an attractive thing to do, and you know, it always used to be the question to ask a fighter coming up, where do you want to end up in the MMA game, in the UFC, in the UFC, in the UFC? Nobody ever says Bellator. And but now guys are saying PFL. You know,
Yeah, yeah, and it felt really good to be back in a big promotion like that. When I found out it was airing on ESPN Plus, it was just kind
yeah,
of, it's a chance to start
yeah,
over in a way, and felt really good to do that, man. And reflecting, I was just grateful, in a state of gratitude for everything, even the shitty events prior to that. It gave me perspective to truly appreciate how amazing this felt, and that was really eye opening, and it was really beneficial for me, and it felt really good. And now I'm enjoying the piece for a little bit after. Got the email this morning saying I'm the number 2 alternate for the tournament, so
perfect.
If
You
two
got to
guys
stay
fall
ready.
out, yeah, or if one guy falls out, I'll still have to go and make weight. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm back in the gym tomorrow morning, just ready to work, ready to grind, man, and make the most of the next opportunity that presents itself
Yeah.
for me.
Just stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man, and then you'll be fine. And I'm happy for you, dude. You're one of the good guys. And there's a lot of good guys, but you're one of them.
Right.
Yeah, and you do it right. You're out there for the love of the sport. You want to make that money. PFL opening pay is better than UFC opening pay.
Their opening stuff is about the same, honestly.
Okay.
But after you get, it's weird because with them, after 2 or 3 fights, you don't have to negotiate as hard as you do with the UFC. I
UFC.
would say, not that I negotiate anyway. My manager does all that, but
But still,
um, yeah, from what I've seen, the guys after 2 or 3 fights in PFL make they're complaining significantly less than guys with 2 or 3 fights in the UFC.
definitely a true statement. Um, is there anything you preferred about the PFL over the UFC? And I'm not saying this to try to make you talk bad about the
Yeah,
UFC, but I just want an honest
it
opinion.
wasn't even necessarily anything bad about the PFL. What I like about the PFL is they don't have their set favorites, so to speak. So far, they don't have guys that are set megastars. So a lot of that prima donna bullshit behavior you see from certain UFC stars, you don't see over at PFL. And
Because it's a tournament. You're the champion last year. You're not the champion this year. So, you want to defend,
right,
you have to go through the tournament again. I love the
right,
format, but it keeps
yeah,
you humble.
exactly. And that's one thing that I love about it. Everyone seemed to be in good spirits all of fight week.
That's awesome.
That was something that was really cool. And that's about as far as like I can draw. Like it seems like the fighters that I interacted with in PFL, I interacted with some cool ass dudes in the UFC too, but there was also a lot of shitheads, and um, just the shit talking was so much less at PFL than it was in the UFC. Now some people will say, oh, if you're a competitor, you're gonna do that, whatever. Hey, whatever y'all want to fucking do, that's cool. I'm speaking from my own experience, so this is my truth. I don't care if you live in it. I'm living in it.
Amen.
So if you got negative shit to say about me after this, basically, fuck you. But
Just like I said earlier, if you
yeah,
don't like me, fuck it. Hey, I don't give a shit.
right. So, but it was. I mean, they're both. Like as far as staff goes, both staffs are top notch. I mean, I always make a point, whatever promotion I'm a part of, I'm gonna do everything on my end to make it as easy as it is for everyone around me. That means being where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there, doing what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to do it, when I'm supposed to do it, all that. And just being amicable around the time. It's easy to be grouchy when you're cutting weight and everything, but it's not that person's fault. I'm
No.
miserable right now, so I try I try and make it as amicable an experience as it can be for everyone involved. And
That's it. Just be a pro.
yeah, and that's what I've noticed. And if you go in it with that attitude, man, everyone helps you out, and the more professional you are to other people, typically the better they are towards you. So when I
100.
was in the UFC, I was super professional with the staff. Other fighters, not so much. So maybe that's why some of them were assholes to me. I don't know, but uh,
Fuck 'em.
yeah,
Fuck 'em.
it's one of those things. I've grown as a person and all that. So it was fun though. That's one thing. I think that there's more equity amongst fighters in the PFL than there was in the UFC.
I think that's a very good assessment because that seems to be the vibe I get from anybody I've talked to from PFL that has been on the other side in the UFC. Um, I still wonder why. Like I ask fighters, Amis coming up. Why does nobody ever say they want to go to Bellator? Bellator is still a big promotion. They put on big shows. I mean, their titles mean something. What's your thought on that? Why don't people say, "Hey, I want to go to Bellator. The dream is Bellator for me."
It's weird for me because I think with Bellator, there's so much more time between your fights. From what I've experienced, anyway. I know guys for Bellator that might fight twice a year, and like, yeah, you're signed with Bellator, but their advertising isn't super big. I've seen more ads for PFL and UFC than I have for Bellator.
True.
And everyone that I've known in Bellator, it's like they do a lot more one-off fights. They'll give you a 3 or 4 fight contract, and then you fight once, and they're just like, all right, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
And they
Done.
just don't do it again. So that's one thing. I know guys that are signed with them that are always waiting for fights. I don't know what their pay is like. I would assume it's good, but the only guy I interact with regularly that's signed with Bellator is Davion Franklin. And so, I mean, I've seen him turn his life around with Bellator. So it's not something
Good.
I'd be opposed to. It's just one of those things where, from what I've seen, the guys that I know that are with Bellator don't seem as outwardly happy as the other ones, because it's like they're always battling for their chance to shine, so to speak.
I get it. What about bare knuckle? Would you ever jump in and do that shit? I don't know if I ever asked you that before. Would you do that crazy shit?
If I did that shit, man, that's where I'm 1 foot out the door if I ever did. I'm a pretty motherfucker, man. That shit's not made for people like me.
Yeah, but scars heal, and scars are sexy. Chicks dig it.
All right, yeah. Chicks like me a lot as I am, so I don't want to risk it.
I know, because you said you got all these random, and you're trying to wonder if that's how your life's going to be. So let's talk about that,
Nah,
dude.
I
Listen,
got a
let me just
girlfriend
say this to
now.
you.
I got a girl now. I'm good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Because I'm going to say to you, you're going to go through what you're going to go through to get to where you're going, man. So, have fun along the way. I'm glad you got a girlfriend. How long you been dating this girl?
Ooh,
Oh,
about 4 months now. Yeah,
that's good, man. That's good.
almost 4 months. Yeah,
Good. And enjoy it,
we're
dude.
doing.
Maybe she's the future Mrs. Adams. Maybe maybe she's not.
All right, man. That's what I'm hoping. I already said, if it don't work out with this one, I'm whoring myself to a grave, or I'll just
No,
go and like become a monk, take a vow of celibacy or something.
nah, man.
I'm going one extreme or the other after this one. If it doesn't work, it's one extreme or the other.
Nah, man. You're young. What are you, 30?
Yeah, I'm 30.
So shut the fuck up, man. You're just getting started in life. And listen, man.
I'm 30, but I've fucked enough for 4 lifetimes.
No, I know. I get it. I fucked enough for 8. So,
Yeah,
and I did that when by the time I was like 35. So, um, but anyway, don't. This is the thing I'm going to tell you about. Being in this relationship. Don't don't look at the future of it. Hoping that this is going to be the one. Just take it day by day. Don't
for
stress
sure.
about it. Just be in it. Be in the moments. That's all you got to do, man. The rest of it will fucking fall into place where it's supposed to. I'll also tell you, if you want to find out if this girl is really, truly down with Juan Adams, you got vacation time you could take?
Yeah, I got a little bit. Yeah.
Find out if she got some vacation time and then take a long ass car trip together. I'm talking like 15 hours each way.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that soon. Actually, we've already planned one of
All
those.
right.
So.
Big long car trip. If you could survive a big long car trip with a motherfucker in the car with you, you good with that person. And I'm not even saying, I mean, it sounds funny to say, but that truly tests, what you got going on with this person. So, just,
Yeah.
that's the love doctor's advice for you. Just, take a long car ride, man. If the car ride works out, you good.
For sure.
But don't put pressure on yourself and don't worry about it, dude. You know, if it's the right one, it'll present itself at the right time. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot going on, so you know it's hard to deal with your whole life and what you got going on, moving back and forth, running over here, 6 hours to work there, 6 hours back, going to the gym. So you got to have little stability in life, you know. And I think you seem to be, in my opinion, probably the most stable I've ever spoken to you on the show. You just seem so at peace with yourself, comfortable with where you're at, comfortable with how things are going inside and outside of the fight game for you. I think life is good for you right now.
Yeah, it is, and I'm definitely just appreciating it right now, and because I know it could very easily go the other direction. So I'm just doing everything I can right now to get my stuff in order and keep moving forward, keep making progress.
All right, so we got UFC 276 coming up this weekend. So you keep up with all this shit, right?
No.
No?
No.
All right, so I'm just going to throw these fights at you. You'll know the names. You tell me who's going to win. So main event is Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier, middleweight title.
Oh, I'm going Jared, man. I like Jared.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're taking Jared Cannonier. Co-main event, Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway, part 3 for the featherweight championship of the world. Alexander Volkanovski holds a 2-0 streak against Max Holloway.
Third time's the charm. Let's go, Max.
All right. All right. Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is a guy who beat up Israel Adesanya in kickboxing twice. And Israel wants to fight him, sooner rather than later. And Sean Strickland he's become this other animal, in his last few fights.
Yeah, I'm going with not Sean Strickland, the other guy. That's to tell you. I don't even know his name.
Alex Pereira?
Yeah, Alex Pereira. Yeah, I'm going with him. Let's go with him.
All right, so I'm taking Strickland in that fight. I just think Strickland's going to be too much for this Pereira guy. He's only 5-1 in MMA. Strickland's 28 fights in. He's 25-3. Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley.
Pedro.
It's funny. That's the first guy you took on the left side of the card.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any of these. Jim Miller versus Cowboy Cerrone. Who you got in that one?
Cowboy.
I had a feeling that it was going to be the answer. We'll get one more prelim out of you. Let's see. I don't know what you know about the ladies, but Jessica I versus Macy Barber. That's an actually interesting flyweight fight. Who you got in that one?
Oh, man. I'm going to go Jessica I just because she's kind of faced more adversity in the cage than Macy has. Macy's good, man. Don't get me wrong. Like that's a toss-up for me. I just think I, being a veteran with a little bit more experience, will probably be able to pull that one out. But I think it's going to be a close fight.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. But I'm going the other way on that one. I think Jessica I is going to lose. So what have we learned today? Don't eat buffalo chicken shawarma for a fight.
Yeah, that was a tough one for me. Because it was delicious.
It was delicious, but you almost paid the price for it, man.
Almost, yeah.
Can you imagine, like if you knew you were going to win, no matter what happened, if you won that fight, you were in the tournament no matter what, and you got taken out by a buffalo, you'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'd never forget.
You'd have to go back to the shrink again a lot.
Yeah, I would.
And you can never eat buffalo chicken again.
Yeah, I know. I'd be traumatized.
You'd be wrecked. Well, listen, my friend, as always, it's a pleasure to chat with you. I appreciate you taking the time tonight to join us, man. Congratulations on the big win. Congratulations on the thing with PFL. I'm guessing while the PFL, you're an alternate, so you're not going to be taking any fights anywhere else right now because it would be stupid.
Right.
And, what I didn't ask you, you got the win in PFL. You won 5 out of your last 6 fights. So in this off season, if you don't get into the tournament because everybody shows up the way they're supposed to, and the UFC comes knocking again, do you go back to the UFC like, excited and ready, or do you maybe see what PFL is going to offer you? Because now you have 2 options, and financially speaking,
I'd see what
PFL might be more.
PFL.
Really?
I'd see what PFL offered, and it's nothing against either promotion. It's just at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I got plans. I got goals. I want to start my own school. So whoever's
Maximize your money.
gonna be the best for that in the long run is probably where I'm gonna go.
Well, that's and that's the right answer. Go where the money is going to be the best for you, and opportunities. Because I saw something interesting today. There are no MMA world champions. There are MMA promotional champions. Now,
Exactly.
the UFC, everybody refers to their champions as the world champions because they're the most well-known organization on the planet. But in reality, there's 4 people running around with heavyweight belts. ONE FC, PFL, UFC, and Bellator. Those are the 4 big boys. So there's no real world champion. So you could be a world champion in any one of those 4, and they're all respected in my eyes the same. Because they're all big shows. So if you're a world champion in one of them, you're a world champion. But isn't that weird that there is no actual MMA world champion because these guys won't put on cross promotional shows? That'd be great if they did that one, once every 4 years or something, or once every 2
it'd be
years.
cool. Running like the Olympics or something. That'd be dope.
Or every 2 or 3 years, you get all the champions from all the promotions together, and you let them all fucking go at it, and from the 4 big ones. So there'd be 4 heavyweight champions that face off in 2 fights, and then the winner of those 2 fights move on to become the heavyweight champion of the world. I think that would be cool. I think that would actually be really cool. I know it'll never happen because Dana White doesn't like to play with others.
Yeah.
I could see PFL and Bellator maybe trying to do something. I think that's a reality, and I can even see one saying we'll play,
Yeah.
But the UFC
And
won't play.
You never know what could happen. But
True.
yeah, I don't see it now. I think everyone's content to kind of stay in their lane and let everyone do their own thing for as long as they can.
Yep. All right, listen, before I let you go, now that I got that last question and everything, and then that little side topic there about a world champion, anybody want to shout out sponsors, teammates, management? Take the time.
Yeah, I'd love to shout out all the sponsors that had signed for this last fight that I couldn't put on. So that's
forget to shout out your girl.
Yeah. MX2 Global. That's run by Joker Michael Guyman. He's got his own private security company, MX2 Global. Team Turning Point down here in Albuquerque. Mohair Beldy Consulting. It's a law firm. HEL, Justice for Wilder. It's Bubba McDaniel's campaign. If you guys don't know that backstory, please go check it out.
Horrible story.
Crazy shit out there. Smile White Now, New Mexico, of course, and then Rampage Tattoos, my newest sponsor. And Sheath Underwear. They sponsor me too now. So. And I
have a pair of those sitting around here somewhere. They're pretty comfy.
Yeah, and then HKA USA. Huge shout out again for the for the care package. Thanks for bringing me onto the team. And last but not least, the girlfriend for dealing with my crazy ass last fight camp. I can't be that fun to be around cutting weight, but I appreciate you.
Well, listen, man, I'm happy to see you finding some happiness and success in all aspects of your life. I'm glad that, you deal with your mental health issues, head on. You don't try to run from them. You don't try to hide. You understand that you need to deal with them, and you do, and you move forward from it. Happy you got your girl, dude. Settle them down a little bit. That's awesome. Hopefully that works out for you as well.
Yeah.
And I hope PFL signs you back and puts you in the tournament next year. I don't wish anybody in the tournament to fall out now because I don't want anybody to miss out on their opportunity. But if somebody falls out, I hope you're the one that ends up getting to replace them. I'll say it like that. Because that'd be a dick move to wish for. All right, I hope this guy gets kicked out so fucking Juan can get in. Now Juan
Right.
can think that in his head, but Juan should never say that out publicly either.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Well, listen, man, all the blessings to you, man. Enjoy the rest of your time off before you have to get right back in there and start working out. And, just be easy in life, dude, and you're going to be good, man. I
For
totally
sure,
believe
man.
it.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Always, man. We'll talk again, too, man. Be well.
Later, brother.
Oh, wait, shit. Give everybody your social media so they know to follow you.
Chosen Juan 285 on Instagram and Twitter. That's it. Chosen Juan, not 285.
Chosen Juan, Juan, guys, not Chosen One. That's Tyrone Woodley shit anyway. He ain't going to steal that shit. Juan don't need to bite anybody else's style because he's a style all his own.
Exactly.
All right, brother, man. Peace out. Enjoy the night, man.
For sure, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, bro.
Later.
Boys and girls, that was Juan the Kraken Adams. Excuse me. Always a lot of fun to talk to that guy. We are waiting for Christopher Curtis, and we're going to give him, another 10 or 15 minutes. He told me it would be 8:30 to 8:45. He had some UFC obligations to take care of today, and if we don't get to him, if he messages me and says he ain't going to make it, then we'll just, move on. But while we are waiting, so we can go through these UFC picks. Wait, hold on. Let's actually, before I even do that, BKFC 26 results. I don't know what you guys go through or how much of it you follow, but BKFC is fucking awesome. So I'm going to read off some of the results in case you didn't see them over the weekend. Freddie Masabo defeated Will Shutt via KO in round 2. Steve Townsend and Idris Wassi, who took the fight on like 2 days' notice. Steve Townsend gets the KO in round 4. Gary Caprio defeated Tyler Randall via KO. Goran Silvesky defeated Justin Stills via KO. Blake Davis defeated Cody Berle via TKO. Brian Duran defeated Brian Toby, KO. Jimmy Rivera and Howard Davis fought to a draw. Former UFC title contender Jimmy Rivera. Majority draw, 45-49, 47-47, 47-47. It was an excellent performance from both guys. I'm glad they didn't give Jimmy a tomato can to make his debut. He wanted to come out and fight a real fighter, and they gave him a real fight, and this is what he got. It was awesome. It was a good fight. It was really, hard. When you're the smaller guy like Rivera was, it's hard to work in and get, in this kind of thing where you got to get inside and do damage. And Howard Davis got height and reach, big reach advantage over him. And I'm hoping they rebook that fight and let's see these guys dance 2 in a row. That's the kind of fight that you want an immediate rematch from. You know what I'm saying? A fight that went to a draw like that, where both guys really put on a show. I mean, 47, 47, 47, 47, 45, 49. I didn't understand that score, but, what do I know? Britton Hart defeats Beck Rawlings. Britton Hart, Beck Rawlings fought once before. Hart lost a split decision in that one. She felt she won. She felt she did enough, but she didn't. She didn't get the win that night, but she got the win this night. Unanimous, 49-46, 49-46, 48-47. There was no doubt that she won the fight. If you watched, you knew why. Interim World Middleweight Championship, Francesco Richie defeated Uli Diaz via TKO in round 1 at mid 16. So it looks like Mike Richmond, the Marine, is going to be taking on Francesco Richie for the real middleweight championship because Thiago Alves is moving back to MMA, so he's not going to defend his belt. He wasn't happy about the time off between fights. He wanted to fight more. I don't know what the holdup was, but, contract negotiations, things of that nature, and both sides got to come together. And if they can't, well, then you just, you have to move on, and he's moving on. So I wish he would stick around and defend the belt, but, he's got other things on his mind. Then in the main event, Luis Palomino takes on Elvin Brito for Brito's 165-pound title, the welterweight championship. Palomino defeated Elvin Brito 48-47, 48-47, 49-46. The judge that scored it 49-46 got it wrong. It was a 48-47 fight. Some people all were claiming that, Elvin clearly won, but it was a close fight. It was just a close fight. 1 and 2, I gave to Brito. 4 and 5, I gave to Palomino. And round 3 was the tough one for me. And round 3 and round 4 kind of could have even flipped, for me. I mean, so there was so much going on in that fight. And I don't think the judges watching know how to score Brito because of the way he fights. He's got a different, unique style. He comes from very strange angles. And his defense is also, performed at, strange angles with unique footwork. And, they showed the stat numbers overall. They showed the stat numbers. Hold on one second, guys. Chris Curtis is messaging. Well, boys and girls, we're going to finish this discussion later because we're going to bring him in right now, coming off a big win. A big win. That's right. I said a big win against Adolfo Vieira last weekend at UFC. The Action Man is back. He's undefeated in the UFC. He's on like an 8-fight win streak. He is the Action Man. Boys and girls, say hello to our man, Chris Curtis. What's up, baby?
What's up, brother? How you been?
Oh, dude, I'm just living life and being happy, man. What about you?
I'm good, man. Just tired. Just freaking finish practice and do everything else. I'm just exhausted, but good moves, man. Good mood. Good fun weekend. Didn't die. Didn't get strangled.
You should be in a good mood. I mean, you go out there, and we're going to talk about the fight in a minute, but you go out there. First of all, you live in Vegas. So it's like you don't even have to travel and do anything. You just get in the car, go down the street, and you're at the fights. You know what I'm saying? You get to sleep in your own bed. Which
that was great. Yeah, that was fucking great.
But yeah, you hang out in town. You live in town. You go to work every day. You go home. Everybody else has all this other stuff. They don't have the comfort of their home. You got all that. So I think that's an added advantage for you. But before we get into the fight, because there's a lot to talk about in that fight, just tell us how you've been, man. It's been a minute since we had you on the show. So get us caught up on the action of the Action Man, Chris Curtis.
Just living life, man. Just training. Taking the ups and the downs, but it's fine. Just trying to enjoy the small things and just keep pushing forward, not letting myself kind of get caught up in all the BS. I feel good though, man. Life's been pretty good so far. I'm just glad to finally fight. It's been way too long, like I said, almost 7 months, man. So I'm just happy to finally fight. Like life is good when I'm fighting.
Yeah, life is always good for you when you're fighting. When you don't fight, it's not good for you. You need to stay busy. I know, we know.
Yeah.
But you're in the UFC, so you don't get to stay as busy as you would like to stay. So you have to find an outlet for that time where you're not going to be fighting, and you got to expect 4 to 5 months of layoffs between UFC fights. I think that seems to be about the average. Once in a while you can get lucky. Like when you got here in the beginning, you were able to take 2 fights fairly quick.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be your 3rd fight in what, a year for the UFC? Is it a full year now?
It'll be third. I got here of last year. Yeah, so this is the 3rd fight since November.
Right. So, you're on pace to get 4 this year if you win now that you won this one, it's still early summer. So you might get 4 in the course of a year. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take it, man. It's just it sucks. I was supposed to fight earlier, and then I got the hand injury, and I was like, oh, it pushed me back. So now I'm like, can I fight on Utah or wherever the next ones are? I'm trying to get another one real soon, just get 2 back to back.
got Long Island coming up. You got Utah coming up. Utah's a big pay-per-view one. And I think that card's pretty full. Let's see. Let me look at that real quick while we're sitting there shooting the
Was it
shit about it.
276? Oh, that's so full. Yeah.
No, 276 is this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I would fight on that day. Ask me.
I know. Duh. You don't got to train. You're right around the corner. 277 is no, that's not the right one. It's 278 is Utah.
Who's 278?
UFC is 278. It's Adesanya or Kamaru Usman versus Leon Roberts.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
That's Utah.
Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, I forgot they were the headlining that. Yeah, I will gladly do that. I like Utah.
Yeah,
Utah kind of loves me most of the time.
Yeah, let's see. What do we got here? Come on, close that damn stupid thing. All right, except cookies. Good, get off there. Jesus Christ. So Usman and Edwards in the main event. Aldo and Merab Dvalishvili in the. I don't know if that's co-main. Probably Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold. Is he still fighting? Amir Albazi and Francesco Figueiredo. Marcin Tibura. This is a good card. Santos and Gooden. Tyson Pedro, Harry Hunsaker. Yeah, this card seems pretty full though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they could add one more fight to that, but there's a middleweight bout on here. Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold. You can fill in for any one of them. Because even though you're a welterweight, I think all your fights here have been at 185, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm a middleweight now. Apparently, I feel good. I feel good at 85, man. I really do.
You're doing good at 85, bro. I mean, fuck, you're 3-0 at 85 against.
Shit. I fought two of the biggest freaking damn true. Phil Hawes is huge, and Rodolfo Vieira is huge. Yeah. They're both huge. I fought them. So all right. So the next biggest ones are Brunson, Cannonier, and Costa. So all right, just run the gamut.
Well, like I said, so for you to get on this card, there's a middleweight bout that Rockhold and Costa, and who knows if Rockhold will make it to the fight. So
I was gonna say I end up fighting Rockhold. Yeah, Costa. I end up fighting Costa because Rockhold's gonna pull out.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing. Let's see if there are any other bouts here where you could step in. There's a welterweight bout, but you ain't going back to welterweight at this point, dude.
I'd rather not. My life is so much better at 85.
It is, dude. You're happier. You're smiling more. The weight comes less.
Yeah, it's great.
And you're performing at the top of your game right now. So
bro, I cut 8 pounds to make 85. It was glorious.
A whole 8 pounds?
Whole 8 pounds. That was it. Yeah, it was glorious.
Dude, I just got done talking with former UFC heavyweight Juan Adams, who I love to death. He just fought a PFL, and we were going through his fight, man, and he's telling me, about fucking. He thought he was gonna fucking shit himself during the fight. Fucking, he said he got the bubble guts bad. Yeah. When we get done watching this, okay, go back and watch the whole show, and from 22 minutes on for about 8 or 9 minutes, because he walks us through 2 rounds of his fight. And tells us how many times the fucking prairie dog was popping. Dude, it's got to be the best fucking fight description of any fighter ever on my show.
So mind you, as an amateur, I made a guy shit his pants in the cage. And since that point, I've always made sure that I stopped. I fought at 7 o'clock on Saturday. I stopped eating at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, well,
I want my stomach empty. I stopped eating hours in advance. I'm not gonna be that guy. Man.
He did some crazy thing. He went to he was in Atlanta and he went to some restaurant that's like some Mediterranean thing, and it was supposed to be like a shawarma, but it ended up being like a buffalo chicken shawarma, and with all the crap that they put on it. And he goes, I didn't regret it right away, but then when I was getting to the bus and everything to go to the show, I noticed I was a little gassier than I needed to be.
Bro, that's always a fear. I'm telling you, it's always a fear. I stopped eating hours in advance for that reason.
They can stop your fight if you shit yourself.
Yeah, they do. They do, yeah. They do now. Tim Sylvia shit himself and got to keep fighting, but now they're stopping.
Justine Kish shit herself and kept fighting.
Yeah, now they're like, hey, that's an automatic forfeit.
That sucks, dude. I don't even agree with that. Fucking, just wear black shorts and just say I farted.
I
And
don't
when
want
they
to
go,
get man, because
hey,
like
because
you
then
know the difference when you're in there. You
when the
smell it,
ref
you're like, oh.
the ref comes up to you and goes, "Did you shit yourself?" And be like, "No, I farted." Are you sure? Do you want to look at my asshole,
Well,
motherfucker? That's
the
what I would
guy,
say to the guy.
the guy may shit himself as an amateur had on white shorts.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You got to wear black, man.
Yeah, but there's a big green spot in the back of his shorts. It was bad. Oh, it was so bad. That poor guy.
Oh my god, dude. So, before we talk about your fight, I want to ask. We were going over the UFC fight card for this weekend for International Fight Week. So I got all the picks from Juan Adams. So let's get your picks on this main card only.
All right, let's go.
All right, Israel versus Cannonier.
This is the one I don't know. I don't know because Israel is supremely skilled, but Cannonier has fight-changing power. But I don't know if Cannonier can touch Israel or what his game plan is to get. This is the one I don't know.
Okay.
This is the hardest one for me. I genuinely don't know.
Juan Adams took Cannonier. He goes, I like Cannonier. Let's go.
I like Cannonier more by far, but like I just don't know. But fuck it, I'll say Cannonier. Let's go. Yeah.
Featherweight co-main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway.
So I feel bad. People are like, "Oh, Volkanovski lost 2 of those, or they're 1-1." They're gonna have to fight until Max Holloway wins because no one's gonna accept Volkanovski winning. So Volkanovski's gonna beat Max Holloway 26 times, and they'll still be like, Volkanovski versus Holloway 27. This time it's personal. Like, bro. So Volkanovski will win again, and then it'll be like, oh well, it was a full moon, and Max Holloway crossed a black cat, so it doesn't count. And so I feel bad for Volkanovski. Like, he'll never get past this fight. But I'm gonna pick Volkanovski again.
Yeah, this is a tough one to pick. Juan Adams went with Max. He goes, third time's got to be the charm for Max. And but what happens if Max wins? We get Volkanovski Max 4 immediately. That's exactly what'll have to happen.
This is the only fight. Like, it's poor Volkanovski, man. Like, how do you feel that you should throw one guy at you to the end of your career until he wins? And then the moment Max wins, there'll never be a Volkanovski rematch.
Well, no, if Max wins, because the thing about Volkanovski is Dana White absolutely fucking loves this guy. Volkanovski said if he wins this fight, or when he wins this fight, he wants to move up and challenge Charles Oliveira for the lightweight title. And Dana White said this guy gets whatever he wants. You know what?
So, good for Volkanovski, because I would be tired of fighting Max Holloway too. I really would. Like, bro.
Well, if Alexander Volkanovski wins, I want to see them book him against Josh Emmett. That's the fight I want to see.
That would be interesting. I think he smokes Emmett though.
I don't think he does. He might win. He won't smoke him. I think Emmett's a featherweight with that fight changing power, like we were talking about.
Yeah, but the thing is, Volkanovski has it too, and Volkanovski is Emmett's so hittable. Like, Emmett doesn't care about defense. Emmett is so hittable. I think that like Volkanovski can turn his lights out. Emmett's one of the, and I love Emmett because Emmett's like, we're gonna die here. He'll meet you in the center, and Emmett will say, we will, like, one of us will die here. But I think Volkanovski has better speed, and he's got enough power and like combinations to like finish Emmett.
All right, now this one I already know who you're gonna pick. I shouldn't even ask you, but it's Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira.
I think Strickland's gonna like dog Pereira. Honestly, like people don't. Everybody says Strickland's a striker, but Strickland's not traditionally a striker. Like, Strickland is a jiu-jitsu black belt and like a really, really good wrestler. I think Strickland's gonna. I think he's gonna dog Pereira in the worst way.
I'm taking Strickland to win this one too. I think while Pereira is 5-1 in MMA and he showed a lot of potential, a lot of promise. You go back to his kickboxing, he's got 2 wins over Israel Adesanya. So obviously the guy's got skills somewhere in there, to be where he is. But again, he's only 5-1, and he's taken on 28-fight veteran Sean Strickland. And Sean Strickland is so mentally fucking exhausting to deal with.
Yeah,
because he'll talk to you in the fight, and he's gonna
Pace, pressure, and assholery. Yeah, pace, pressure, assholery. Yeah.
Even when he's working the corner, I remember when he did your corner at XMMA. Fucking, oh my god, dude,
Just talking, just talking.
He's just going, and he was on your shit, dude. He was on you, fucking.
Bro, he literally, like, yeah, I tell people, like, yeah, I don't understand.
He was
like,
yelling at you the other night too.
Yeah, bro. In MMA, Sean started cornering. He started cornering against me in my corner.
I remember.
He switched sides. He's like cornering the other guy against me.
Because he was pissed at you because you weren't listening to him.
So yeah, he switches sides. Yeah, so like, yeah, he's just. I think Sean. I think it's just they really want Pereira to win this fight, but I think that's way too much too soon. And as great as he is as a kickboxer, MMA is a different beast. There's a lot more ways to lose in MMA, and I think that's going to be apparent come Saturday.
Yeah, Strickland's just on such a tear right now. He's in a groove. He's in a zone.
Yeah.
Really on his physical prime, and he's hitting that stride right at the right time. It shouldn't be a fight for the next number one contender because I don't think Pereira's earned the right to get there yet. But
beating Jordan Wright and Bruno Silva doesn't get you that. But like that's ridiculous. Jordan, that's ridiculous. But like, they want him to be there.
I know. This
is their shot. So, like, it's them trying to legitimize it, and like it's just going to end badly, I think.
Yeah, well, hopefully Strickland embarrasses him. Pedro Munoz and Sean O'Malley.
Fuck Sean O'Malley, Pedro Munoz.
Say again?
I'm going to go Pedro Munoz. I'm not a Sean O'Malley fan at all. Just not.
Until he admits that he lost that fight that he lost,
yeah.
I can't be a fan.
Yeah, just not a fan. Yeah. Pedro Munoz.
That's what turned me off of him. I was a fan. I like the guy. He's got style. He's got talent. He's got flair. He's doing it, his way, not taking the big money fights when he's only making little money contract. So good for him. He's being smart about his business, but he lost that fight clearly. And until he could fucking own that shit, I can't back him up.
I'm with you on that one. Like, yeah, just not interested until he learns to be an adult about it. So I'm with you on that one, Pedro Munoz.
All right, and we're going to give you one off. Actually, I'm going to give you two off the undercard because they're interesting to me. Jim Miller and Cerrone at 170.
I don't know, man. Like, these are two dudes who have been around for 1,000 years. So it's funny because, like, I feel like Cerrone is going to submit Jim Miller or Jim Miller's going to knock out Cerrone. And they just play each other's game and be weird. And, like, yeah, like, Jim Miller comes out and, like, pieces up Cerrone somehow. Cerrone goes to strangles Jim Miller, and you'll just be like, okay, like, sure, why not? Like, this is the most backward shit ever, but sure. So who knows, man? It's just two vets out there doing what they do, man. Like, it's just going to be weird. Like, I don't even know.
All right, and last one, we're going to go with Robbie Lawler and Brian Barberena.
Robbie Lawler! I will never bet against Robbie Lawler in any situation. He's one of my favorite fighters ever. Like, even when I first started fighting, Robbie Lawler is one of my favorite fighters. So I will always back Robbie Lawler.
I mean, he's not fighting Nate Diaz again. He's fighting a tough fucking guy in Brian Barberena, and fucking I think Robbie's lost a little bit.
Yeah, he has, but this is a tailor-made fight for Robbie Lawler. Tailor-made fight for Robbie Lawler. Like, it's going to be a matter of, like, toughness and power, and I think Robbie Lawler still got more toughness and power than Brian Barberena.
Gerard popped up on the screen and said, there he go killing again.
There he go killing again. Boy, oh boy, I just love killing.
I love Gerard. Gerard's a new daddy and shit, man. Fucking A. I couldn't believe he went from having no girlfriend to having a girlfriend to having a baby.
Yeah, dude. You know what? She found him, and there it is. Like, boom, he settled down. He's like, Dad, Gerard's crazy, right? But, oh shit, it's crazy. But when you find the right one, everything changes.
He came down here to Florida and fought for us at Island Fights, and he was like all bummed because he didn't have an old lady at the time. This was a while back.
Yeah.
And he said, I just need to find me that one girl. And
he found her. Oh, dude.
He found her.
They're ridiculously cute together, man. Like, it's when you find the right one, it works out. Like, he's like, Dad Gerard still kills me because it's just like, I could never see it, and now you see like posts, and he's just like, Dad Gerard. I'm like, yep, that's.
Yeah. It's funny. It's great. So my boy Forrest Daniels watches the show religiously. He wanted to ask. He said he wanted to tell you two things. One, he made money on your win on Saturday night. And two, during the first couple of minutes of round 1, you were playing with your food, and then between rounds 1 and 2, your coach said something like, "Stop trying to be this guy's friend. You can get his number after the fight." Then you went out there and put on a clinic in defensive wrestling, So, what was that all about? And who was that? Strickland yelling at you?
It was Eric. So we argued. I wasn't playing with my food. I was being cautious of the takedown, and it was more so like Eric's like, hey, you felt him out for a round. Stop being stop giving him so much respect. You can stop the takedown. You can hurt him. Stop giving him so much respect. Get busier. I went back and watched it. I wasn't as busy as I should have been first round. That was on me. But I'm really not It was one of those fights to where if I mess up once, if I had taken down, if I messed up once, he took me down once, I may not have gotten back up. The fight may have been over.
I know.
So I was being really cautious, really slow. Yeah. But Eric's okay, after the first round, he's like, hey, you can hurt him. You can stop the takedown, get busier. So I'm like, okay, I'll stop, I'll stop being a bitch about it. I'll go and I'll, get to it. And we started to, after the first round, we started turning the heat up, turn the cooker up, and putting the pace on.
Yeah, well, you know what I noticed in that fight? Yeah, you definitely weren't busy enough in the first round. You also you weren't as defensive, protecting yourself from eating his punches. And this is a guy who's not known for a strike, and he lit you up a couple of times where I was like, where's the Chris Curtis defense out there? What's going on? I was getting mad, and you should ask my wife. I was yelling like, Chris, the fuck you let this guy injure the face for? Fucking, you know better. I'm just going.
People ask what happened. I'm like, for me especially, I know how to roll with punches, and I know how to when I get hit, I know how to roll. And I sometimes have a problem when I'm defensive. I put myself in bad positions for wrestling. So, in that first round, as I was feeling him out and trying to find the timing, I was more okay, risking rolling with a punch, getting hit and rolling with it. So, yeah, it's still making contact, but it's not hurting me. I'm kind of taking the force off of it. You're not getting, it's not actually damaging you. Because by doing that, it allowed me to keep my feet in better position instead of me, say I slipped and I'm out of position. I'm too heavy on the front leg. He goes to shoot. I can't sprawl anymore. Or, I slip the wrong way, or I back out and he shoots, my feet aren't in position. So I was like, I'll trust my ability to roll a punch once it hits me and keep my feet in position to sprawl versus risking being out of position in that first round. Second round, I got a little bit more comfortable. I was okay, slipping more and moving. But the first round, I was like, I'll gladly sacrifice a few bruises to keep myself off the ground.
Yeah, and you did a phenomenal job keeping yourself off the ground. You defended 20 of 20 takedowns, dude. I don't think anybody in their right mind would have expected that. He's that good. I was surprised you were able to defend all 20 takedowns, dude. And that's not a knock on you. I know you're
I was shocked.
You're super well rounded, so but defending 20 of 20 from a guy like him that, the ground is where he wants to fucking eat your lunch. And you were able to completely take him out of his game. He had to fight your game the whole time. Completely impressive, dude.
No one was more shocked than me. No one was more shocked than me at 20 for 20. When I found out it was 20 for 20, I was like, holy shit. I did great. No one was more surprised than me. I was like, I actually worked out better than I thought.
That was the most impressive part of the win for me. I mean, you landed your punches, you did your thing, you were working his body, fucking being smart about stuff. But that right there blew my mind that you defended 20 of fucking Rodolfo Vieira's takedowns, dude, because people don't do that.
Bro, I didn't think he had 20. I didn't think he had 20 shots in him. People, people give him shit about his cardio. I gave him shit about his cardio. Honestly, post-fight, I will say he's definitely improved his cardio, but I don't think he had a cardio issue. I think it was more so anxiety. And, being anxious makes you get tired. I think he was really composed. I think he was much more mature as a mixed martial artist in this fight, and it showed. And, it takes a lot of cardio to shoot 20 times. He got tired, but I got tired defending it. Doing anything 20 times in 15 minutes is fucking hard. So, I think, it was less a cardio issue and more a mental thing, and he got that under control. And he came out. That was the best Rodolfo Vieira I've seen so far. And he definitely brought it. So hats off to him, man, because I wasn't expecting him to shoot 20 times. I was like, holy shit.
20 times, dude. And you defended all 20. That, so, even though we saw some stuff in your game that we're not used to seeing and some stuff we didn't expect, it worked exactly the way you needed it to work out because you defended 20-20. You kept the fight where you needed to keep it, and you came out with the victory. I was like, very happy for you. It was a well executed game plan of a fight, even though you need to get busier in round one.
Yeah, that was me. But I'm still working on it. That's my biggest thing. Is I information gather, I guess, more than I need to. So I got to start cutting that time down in half, and half of round one to gather, and then get working in round one instead of round two. So we talked about it, and we talked about some way. We game planned some ways in training for me to get started earlier. So we're already back at it, and we'll get to it. But I got to get more comfortable moving faster.
So who do you want next?
I don't know, man. People have I've been throwing names out there and some fun stuff.
We're gonna stay away from the welterweight division right now because you've established yourself as a middleweight that can win fights. So I see no reason for you to go back.
I think I may be ranked come tomorrow. I think I may be in the top 15 come tomorrow. I really think I may be. So that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
So
you beating 3 tough motherfuckers on the way in.
Yeah. So I think I may be in there. So for me, I don't know. Everybody's saying Kelvin Gastelum. That'd be a cool fight. I like Gastelum. That'd be a really fun fight. So I don't really know yet, man. I kind of gotta look around and see what's going on after this weekend. We'll see where the rankings lie and what's going on. But shit, man, who knows? Hopefully I get hopefully tomorrow I wake up and I'm a top 15er. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Let's look at this right here. I'm going to MMA Junkie to look at their rankings, because you're talking about being, in the top 15 for the UFC rankings, which are different. So, middleweight. So Izzy's number 1, Whitaker number 2, Cannonier, Musasi fucking lost over the weekend. Fucking that was
my boy Johnny Eblen. Woo!
Johnny Eblen, dude. I mean, he's only been doing this for 5 years, dude. And he's the middleweight champion at Bellator. What a fucking impressive showing by that guy.
I told everybody, I was like, bro, don't count Johnny out. That motherfucker is tough. He's good everywhere, and he's hungry. I told him, I was like, good shit, Johnny Eblen. That's my boy.
So you got Vittori, you got Derek Brunson, Paulo Costa. Sean's in your division, or you're in Sean's division, I should say at this point.
Yeah, right.
Kevin Holland, that's an interesting fucking matchup for you. Andre
Holland's a welterweight. Holland's a welterweight now. He's back at welterweight.
Oh, that's right. He went back there. So you guys switched spots, man. That's what you did.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, we switched spots.
High fived on the way by. All right, I'm going up. You're going down. See you later. What about a guy like Darren Till?
I like Till. He came out here to train. He's I don't really know what Till's doing. I think him and Hermansson's going to be interesting. So that's who he's got. Doesn't he have Hermansson? So he's booked, yeah. Yeah,
he's got July 23rd. We got Uriah Hall. He's got a fight coming up against Andre Munoz on the Adesanya card, 276. There's Brad Tavares. He's fighting on 276 as well. So the honorable mentions on MMA Junkie has Phil Hawes, Bruno Silva, and Krzysztof Joko as their 16, 17, and 18. So, but I want to see where the UFC's rankings are. See what they got up there, because if there's anybody you beat up there at this point, you have to be able to go past them. Oops. God damn. You don't think they're updated yet?
I checked this morning. They weren't. Really?
All right. Well, yeah, we'll just look. I just want to see who's there. So here we go. All right. Flyweight, men's pound for pound, middleweight. Yeah, you're not there yet. Edmund Shabazian is at number 15. Chris Weidman is at number 14. So I think you have to let's see. And there's nobody that you beat in the top 15. So,
But how long's Weidman going to be in the rankings without fighting?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, come on.
And Shabazian.
I don't know. And move keep it moving. Move people out of the rankings if they're not actually active.
Yeah, Nasruddin Amaya. I mean, when was the last time he fought? Gastelum. So your top ones are Whitaker, Israel Whitaker, Kenya Vittori, Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's ranked at number 4. Derek Brunson moved down. He to one spot, so he's number 5. That'd be an interesting fight, you and Derek Brunson.
Wouldn't be fun, but I mean, I'd do it if they paid me. Like, paid me a lot more. I wouldn't enjoy it, but like.
Yeah, you might not. You just don't know till you're in there.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll get a number, so we'll see. I'm just like, I love Chris Weidman, but he hasn't fought in like 2 years. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know why some guys get to stay in the rankings and other guys get booed. I mean, Weidman is in the MMA Junkie rankings anywhere, so but I don't know who does the UFC's rankings for them.
It's a weird panel, yeah. Like I've seen people like it's just a weird panel.
It is.
Yeah.
Some media guys and some other people that probably belong there but don't really. So yeah, but you're there. I mean, you're definitely on the outside looking in. I wish they would show you like their top 20.
Yeah, it's we'll see. Well, I'm not gonna hold my breath, but it'd be cool to wake up tomorrow and I'm on there. So we'll definitely see.
But I mean, you're on a 8-fight winning streak right now. I mean, 3-0 in the UFC, and I know you came in and you took on 2 tough guys in your first fight, and then you took on Vieira. It's time for them to recognize that Chris Curtis is here. He can win fights by decision. They haven't seen you submit anybody yet, but that's coming. So
it'll happen eventually. Like punches count for submissions from punches are still submissions, so it'll.
Well, listen, brother. I know you've had a long, busy day, and the UFC. Now you're a little media star.
Oh God, the media blitz is insane. I'm like, oh.
Well, I'm glad that we get on the list, and catch you on a Monday, before everybody else.
I always talk to you, but like every other outlet, I'm like, I don't know you. I don't want to talk. I always talk to my friends, but it's just like a lot of people. I'm just like, I don't know you. Go away.
Boris Daniel says that you beat Gastelum all day. He goes, he beats Gastelum all day. I'm from the future.
Thanks, future guy.
Gary Copeland, our favorite referee, Mini Brock Lesnar, said nice.
Mini Brock, I love good dude. Gary's the best ref ever. I love Gary Copeland.
Gary is the best, man. I love Gary Copeland, dude. I worked with him at XFC down in Florida. We went to Europe together to do an XFC show. He's good people, man.
Yeah, I love Gary.
And he's big and thick. I wouldn't fuck with him.
Nah, fuck. Gary will throw you on your fucking head. Like, yeah, don't fuck with Gary Copeland.
Won't even know what the fuck hit you till it's like over 10 minutes later.
Yeah, so it's too late, yeah.
So before we let you go, anybody you want to shout out? Family, friends, sponsors, Sean Strickland,
Not just the teammates, man. My coach, Eric Nipsick, Nate Pettit, Coach Padman, Jake Shields, Jason Manley, James Gifford. I got a bunch of coaches here who take care of me. All my teammates at Extreme Couture. I've got a great team, great coaches, and my management team, Iridium Sports Management with Jason House and Lance Spouty. Got all these guys behind me making this happen and making this possible. So thank all you guys, and thank you guys for believing. All the fans too, man. This is crazy. I got so much love and support from everybody. So I really appreciate it. One you never know. You guys will never know how much it means to me. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate you unretiring twice for us to make sure you got here. That's my favorite thing. So
hey, everybody's got to do something. I can't sing and I can't dance, and beats working 9 to 5. So here I am.
Amen, brother. Well, listen, you enjoy the rest of your night, man, and get some rest. It's International Fight Week, so hopefully you'll get to attend some events and they'll give you some shine. Hopefully they give you tickets to the show for free, so you're in the fighter section. You live in Vegas. You're 3-0.
Yeah.
Give Chris a ticket to the fight.
Let's go! Woo! Thanks, brother, man. I missed you, man. It's good talking to you again.
Missed you too, man. I was so happy to fucking see you win. I was screaming at the TV. I'm going, stop getting hit. My wife was fucking laughing at me. She goes, I'm just like,
it's all part of the plan. All part of the plan.
Well, I had five fighters or 6 fighters on the card that have all been on my show, or I, announced them at one point. It was 5, and you guys went 3-2. You, who else won that was on the show? Josh Parisian. What a win for that guy, dude.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he
so
came
crazy.
Woo.
Way to pull it out. Yeah, way to pull it out.
And Cody Durden, who we're going to try to get on the show next week, he fucking had a minute 16-second knockout.
Yeah, it's JP. Yeah,
I like that kid. He's a good kid. He's real as a real can get. He's like I don't want to say like he's somewhat like Mike Perry. He's real. He'll say what he wants to say.
Yeah, just himself. Yeah, just not Mike Perry.
You know, but I know you hate the name Mike Perry, but
nice.
But there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that aren't real about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. When it just comes to being who you are and not giving a fuck, Mike Perry's that guy.
Yeah, I'll give Mike, for one thing, much as I dislike Mike Perry, I will give him credit. He is authentically Mike Perry at all times, and like he'll never be anything but Mike Perry. So I'll give him respect for that.
Well, let me ask you this too. The bare knuckle shit's coming up. Mike Perry versus MVP in fucking London. They're doing a press conference tomorrow. In London at 2:00 Eastern time. If you're up and you want to watch it, just go to the BKFC YouTube channel and you can fucking see it. But what do you think of that? Because that's a fight that came out of fucking nowhere. Nobody knew they wanted to see that fight, but now that they announced it, everybody's talking about this fucking fight. What do you think?
This is such a weird fight. Like, this is such a really. I don't even know what to think about. This is such a weird matchup. But you know what? It's a circus. I'll probably watch it. Like, oh, fuck it, yeah. I am never one to say no to spectacle, so I'll probably watch it.
Do you have the BKTV app?
No, but I'll probably get it for this. Just for spectacle.
The BKFC app now, it's called BKTV app. They changed the name of it. It's $5 a month, and you get all the BKFC content, some other bare knuckle content from around the globe, all the past fights and everything. It's a pretty good investment, dude. Even if you get it, even if you renew your subscription once a month, just if there's a fight on that you want to watch, but sometimes they have 2 events on. I mean, $5 for 2 events, you can't beat the deal.
I'll check it out. I'll download it, but I'll get it for this especially. Then just keep it like every other subscription I have that I don't use, so it's fine.
Maybe on that night of that fight, that's July 24th, I think. I'll look it up. But if you get the app and everything, we'll do a watch party, you and me and whoever wants to sit around.
Let's do it. I'll gladly do it for Mike Perry versus MVP. I'm down.
We'll do it, dude. We'll do our own commentary. We'll turn the volume down, or we'll have it over here in our headphones or something, and we'll just do our own commentary. It'll be a fucking trip, dude. We can't show any of the video because we'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
but if you're watching and I'm watching, it'll be a good time.
I'm definitely down for that. I will definitely do that.
All right. Well, listen, man. You go enjoy the rest of your night. Like I said, get some rest. I know it's only 6:30 there. But get some rest. Go to bed early. Fuck it.
I will. Thanks, brother, man. Thanks a lot for having me again.
Thanks again, man. We'll have you on.
No problem at all, brother. I'll catch you later.
Peace. Boys and girls, that's the action man, Chris Curtis, man. I always love talking to that guy, and he loves talking to me. So it fucking works out well for everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. We are going to jump on out of here, and I hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. I hope you had a good day today. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. And as always, kids, thank you for being part of the show. I appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your lives, and for you guys being a part of mine for just a little bit today. It really means the world to me. But that's it. We out of here. So until next time, I am Christopher James. I'm Christopher James. I can't even say my own name. And you've been Tate. Good night, everybody.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Throw up the deuces. There you go, baby.